Hey, how are y'all? Mm. My name is Diamond Stylz. I am the executive director of Black Trans Women's Inc. And I am the host of Marsha's Plate podcast. I go live every week at 7. I am late right now. I know I told y'all I'm going to come in between 7 and 8. So I'm not late. Hey, lovable, how are you? Hey, Musa, how is everything? Oh my gosh, today is going pretty good. Give y'all a old nasty confidence bang, baby. Y'all remember when y'all was young trans women? Well, if y'all not trans, I'm not talking about y'all, but if you're a trans woman and you listen, you when you was a young trans woman and your brow bone was a little big before your FFS, honey, and you had to give old nasty bang to feel fish about it. I had to throw it back. Oh, confidence bang, baby. Give all that. I love it, love it, love it. Hey, Brandon. Hey, Ren, how are you? Android, what's your tea? Come on, birthday. How old will you be? That makes you a Taurus? Does that make you a Taurus? Does that make you a Taurus? Or no? Ain't this Taurus season? The bull, baby. Hey, Coco, how are you? Hey, Guardian. Come on, 29. Knocking on 30. Praise the Lord. Never would have made it. 30. Black trans women, the average age of them being murdered in the past 5 years has been under 30. I know there's that popular statistic about the average life expectancy of a trans woman is 35. I don't know how accurate that is, but being the bitch that looks at the deaths under 30 in the past 5 years, most trans women have been under 30 who have been murdered in the cases. Yeah, so be blessed that you're almost 30, child. Come on, just turned 30 in March. I just turned 40 in February 28th, right at the end of February. That girl. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Jay. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I like my dress. It got the boobs out. Not out, but it's a little peekaboo boob situation. It's a dress, so it looks, when I stand up, it can give you a little something. I let you know I got a waist. I be sitting down, so it kind of look like I ain't got no body, but a bitch got a body. It makes me look like I'm way bigger than I am when I sit down on this seat. But I don't mind being thick, baby. I don't mind all of that. Come on. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. We're going to give, how long we've been on? About 5 minutes. We're going to give folks a little bit of time to come on in. If you don't know what we're talking about, we are going to talk about, a little bit about Pose. Pose is coming. It premieres Sunday. If you don't know what Pose is, where the fuck you been? But Pose is a series where the center of the story is Black trans women and the ball scene culture in the late 80s and early 90s. And this is their last season. And I love season 1 and season 2 so much that on my podcast, I actually invite a gay Black man on. Each season I do a different person. And this season I'll be doing a different person. My first season I did with my gay son Brandon. My second season I did with Africano Boy here on YouTube, which is my gay son Brian. And then this season I am going to do the reviews every episode with my gay friend Tim, and y'all are gonna love him because he is a kiki. I have chosen, because the show centers Black trans women and Black trans. This is water, so y'all don't think I'm sipping vodka. Not that it's y'all business, like I ain't never drunk on here before, but I ain't drinking today. Because I have Black trans folks on my regular podcast show, I wanted to make sure I brought a butch queen, because, you know, you need to have a butch queen's perspective on, you know, when you're reviewing Pose, I think, because it centers Black trans women and butch queens, mostly Black trans women. So, you know, that's what it is. That's how it should be. So make sure y'all check it out. If y'all watch the episode, if y'all haven't watched Pose, once y'all watch the episode, go listen to the podcast version. Hey, Sean, how are you? Hey, Coco. Thank you, Coco. There's two Cocos on here. Black Coco and hey, Ray K. The UK Coco, and then we have Cocoa Cupcake, right? You from the UK, Cocoa Butter, right? I don't think you're from the US, right? Once again, y'all make sure you check out the Marshall Play review. Thank you. If you think the show is good, the reviews are great. Absolutely. What we try to do is go into, they usually do some type of historical, episodes are usually inspired by some type of historical event that trans folks are involved in, or the ball scene is involved in. So I try to go into a deeper dive, because they can't do that in the limited time that they go, that they have for the particular show. So we try to go deeper in the conversation and into the analysis of the actual happenings of the show. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with this last little season, but, you know, but that's what it is. Oh, and okay, we got about, and for all of my members, I will be recording tonight. That's why I'm kind of dressed up. I will be recording two things. So I told you I was going to do a series about my escort experience, but that's going to be my members only. I am recording along with that an episode of The Love Beneath that everybody can be able to watch, whether you're a member or not. But they both, one is set in college and one is set when I was like 9. And there's a connecting piece there that I want to kind of connect. And so you don't need to watch both of them, but there's a connected piece that I'll make the connection. Yes. And so I'll be recording them tonight and be putting them out sometime this next coming week. How do you become a member? On the bottom of any video, I think, especially the most recent videos, it's like a join button, I think, that you can just click join. I'm still listening to season 1 and 2 reviews. They're good. Thank you. Cupcake is in San Francisco. Work, San Francisco. Didn't you come to our event at where were we at? Michelle Childs, when we did a Cupcake, didn't you come to the event that we did, the love event, relationship event with me, Brianna, and Aria? Didn't you come? Weren't you in the audience then? I try to have a good memory, but sometimes I don't. All right, so let's get into the topic. So because Pose, it's nice seeing you. I always think that's you, but I'm not always 100% sure. You know, if that's you. Nice seeing you. And thanks for coming to a live event. People don't be people. Well, sometimes, not all the time, but I love when people come to live events. They be so fired because we can get jazzy at the live events. But yeah, so Pose is premiering, and so yesterday they had a premiere, and we've been in COVID, and so they haven't. Most companies have not been able to do premiere. So this is like the first time that they have had a premiere for FX. And so the tea is apparently Mother Mock decided to let loose on the motherfuckers to spill all the tea. Now there's some parts that I feel like ain't none of our business, but we media, so honey, we got to talk about it. But some stuff that she did mention was shit that that kind of needed to be aired out. So apparently, let me read so I can make sure I don't miss anything. So apparently everybody was playing nice. So apparently everybody was playing nice and doing the Hollywood thing, praise everybody, make everything like everything is roses, everything is peachy, everything is good. The girls this, the groundbreaking show that, love working with everybody this. Ooh, we want to center the girls. We are really doing the work. Black trans women. Everybody's speeches, honey. Oh my God. I'm not reading every word, child. So, but then Janet comes on and she says, look, so first, let's get into this part. So the first, we're going to talk about not the messy situation. They are messy, but so apparently she's getting paid $40,000 an episode, which when I did the research, most people, executive producers, showrunners, they are getting paid between $30,000 and $100,000 for each episode. So she is being paid $40,000, which is on the very low end of pay for somebody in her executive producer position. So in my mind, I feel like now I know us broke, measly broke people is looking like $40,000. That's a lot of money. That's people's salary. But we got to think about it in the context of the industry that she is doing her work in. So we can't judge and be like, Rich, what you complaining about? That's like $240,000 because they did 8 episodes this season. So 8, that's 200 and what is it? 230? How much is that? Let me do my math. 200 and something. Let's see. $320,000. Us mere mortals who ain't making no money will look at that and say, girl, that's a lot of coin. But you have to think about it in the context of our industry. That's not fair. It's not, if you're trying to kind of make it seem like you are centering the girls and paying them what they're worth and doing all that shit, then you need to pay them something either medium, like in the median, or equitable, which is more than that. Knowing that Black trans women have been underpaid for most of their life, go ahead and boost that up a little bit so it can be a little equitable pay. But if you don't do the equitable pay, at least do the median. You doing the low range, the low 10,000 from the lowest range of the average. That doesn't even sound fair. Do you feel what I'm saying? That just doesn't seem like, if you are centering the girls and you're trying to do what you're supposed to do when it comes to the girls, why are you not paying the people that work for you at least the median? You feel what I'm saying? So she was calling them out, saying, why am I making $40,000 an episode? That's not fair. Now, I've been hearing whispers that the girls be broke when it. Now think about it. If the executive producer is making $40,000, what you think the I'm about to say Africans. What do you think the actresses are making an episode? Now, what y'all think about that? She's getting paid the low level of executive producer, $40,000. What the actress is making, 10? What they make it per episode? It got to be low and silly. But I have been hearing whispers that the girls is behind closed doors trying to live the Hollywood life, but not making the Hollywood money. They doing movies, they doing shows, but them coins ain't adding up to something equitable or something fair or equal to the people that they working with. Shade. So Janet was like, fuck Hollywood. And she called them out in her speech. Like, this shit, y'all want me to make y'all comfortable. Y'all want me to say all the nice stuff, but fuck that. I don't need this fucking shit. Fuck Hollywood. Why am I making this little bit of money? This ain't cute. Why are y'all not? And she was talking about them not paying the girls, the actresses. She was talking about the actresses and not appreciating them and their work and their talent just because they're new and pretty, not appreciating their work. And then one little thing that I thought was really interesting, because we're going to get into the Poppy situation. But there's one thing that she said that I thought was beautiful. She was saying that she needed to shrink. She needed to shrink her fellow writer and producer kind of credit person, Lady J, to make herself feel bigger. And she said, why couldn't she just love her? And I thought that was honest. She just was having a lot of honest moments. And in that situation, I felt she was like, look, I had to shrink you and to make myself look bigger. And I thought that was honest of her and accountable. And I hope that they work that out privately, because I know the same mess that the girls is going through on this low level, when it's particularly me in nonprofit, every genre. I'm sure Brianna's a lawyer. I'm sure when it comes to that circle of people, when it comes to nonprofit, when it comes to Hollywood, when it comes to whatever career that you in, there's gonna be some shade happening. When motherfuckers get jealous, you getting so much attention. Motherfuckers get shady and try to undermine you, going behind your back, or trying to do stuff to sabotage your shine. Even saying little things, all this little stuff. Maybe not really, really drastic, but even a little bit of shade behind the scenes. I'm pretty sure that is happening. We see that happening now. We see that happening, particularly all this mess is going on in San Francisco in the nonprofit arena. And, the girls are being really shady and vindictive when they are not holding themselves accountable for the wrong that they've been doing and trying to blame their failures on other people. We've been seeing that all this spring. We've been seeing that all this whole time. So I know in Hollywood, they're not exempt. I know the girls is being shady behind closed doors. I hear little whispers, but I keep it real, so people don't like to tell me tea. Because I be calling fake shit out. So I thought that was beautiful for her to say, because she could have got up on that stage and been the beautiful Janet Mock, saying all the right things. She's a writer. She knows how to say, she knows how to say the right thing. She knows how to say that. And so I'm glad that she was a person who said, I'm gonna fuck, I'm gonna shake this shit up and do what I need to do. Yes, honey, doggy dog, queen culture. Exactly, Coco. Arya from Queen Culture, Arya from the transgender district is under attack from, you know, shady folks. And she's one of the girls in the community who fucking, they work, speak for themselves. Even the girls that was being shady to her had receipts showing how they getting money from her organization as a part of their shade. I'm like, you screenshotting where she done gave you money and posting it while at the same time trying to act like she's not doing the work? Bitch, you don't make sense. Crazy. But anyway, we're here to talk about Pose and Jenny Mott. We ain't even gonna talk about that. That's a whole nother can of worms. This is the time. This is the time. This is the time that she could have been fake with us. It's the you know, she could have just let this ride. She could have said the right things, all the good things to say. This show is amazing. This show is groundbreaking, and it really gave us a chance to spread our wings, spread our actresses' wings, spread my writing wings, and really change the world. But no, she's like, these motherfuckers is underpaying us. These motherfuckers is writing things. She brought up that one of the first episodes of this season was written by all men. And she like, what the fuck? How you gonna tell our stories? And she called Ryan Murphy out in the audience. Yo, like, what did you say you was gonna do? And he was like, bring it to the girls. Then, honey, why is this episode being written by men? Tell me that. So she's calling that out. Then the speech lasts about 15 minutes. But there was a moment when she asked Poppy, which is, what his name is, Angel Darrell? I can't remember his name, but we know him as Poppy if you watch the show. So Janet has been dating Poppy. That's been going on for a while. So apparently they live together, and apparently some tea has happened where she had cheated on him and he was about to leave her, I guess. That's the implication, that he was about to leave her, I guess. So during the speech, she says, quit paraphrasing, that she admits that she cheated on him with somebody that in the crew that works on the show. And basically this was feels like a desperate attempt to, in my opinion, be manipulative and say, stand up and I'm not going to let you go. I love you. This is love. And this is, you know, this is basically she confessing and saying, no, you my man. I want you to be home with me. I want you to come back. I want you. Now, for me, if anybody who has been in any abusive relationship where motherfuckers did you wrong, this type of tactic is abusive. You put us in front of everybody. You put us in, it's this whole public thing. And after you've done wrong, that's very manipulative. That feels ugly. But not only that, the ugliness that feels like, ooh, this ain't really our business. The ugliness also is that there is an age gap between Poppy and Janet Mock. Janet is like 38 and Poppy is like 24, 25, somewhere around there. I think they started talking when he was 24, 25, maybe somewhere around there. And so there's a big age gap and a big, strange dynamic of power. You are his boss too. And so you're in a relationship with somebody much younger than you. That ain't really a problem for me. Some people, because I feel like, you know, everybody was like how Stella got her groove back and She was with fine as Winston Tay Diggs, and she was like in her 40s, and Tay was in his 20s on the island, and we romanticized that whole shit. We weren't turning it into some high Harvey Weinstein, Me Too movement shit. We weren't turning it into that. We were saying, oh, Stella got her groove back, because this was a grown ass man putting the dick down. It was consensual. Everything was fun. Da 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 da. Which is what I think that's happening here too. And so I don't think the age gap is a big deal if it was just them dating, but because that power dynamic is that you are his boss, that's where it gets kind of creepy. You are his boss, and you are putting him in this situation in public where it feels like a manipulative tactic. And for me, that feels kind of, I wouldn't be doing that. And then it kind of now people are throwing this predator term around, and I don't really like that. So I ain't gonna throw no predator out there. But there's a thing, if you are messing with Poppy, who is on your staff as an actor, and then you messing around with the crew members, are you just fucking the crew? Like, is that some kind of weird? That's a weird power dynamic. And if this was a gross cis white man, we would be holding him to and we found out all of this tea, we would be holding him to a very different standard. It would be way more creepy. And I feel like the girls are not talking about it, and the people are not talking about it in the sense. I see a couple of people talking about it. But if this was an old white man like Harvey Weinstein, not saying that they shouldn't be drug his motherfucking ass. But if this was a situation like that, we would be side-eyeing it a little bit more than what we are side-eyeing this. You admitting that you cheated on Poppy with another crew member. So you just sleeping with your crew and you the boss? That's kind of creepy. I don't know. Do y'all think that's creepy? I feel like that's kind of, that it just doesn't look right. I don't want to say she ain't forcing nobody to have sex with them. I don't know what's happening behind the scenes, but nobody is coming out saying that she's, forcing them and, she said I was going to get more lines. Nothing like that. It's not no, Gwyneth Paltrow, Harvey Weinstein shit, but it just feels weird. Now, I'm a hoe. Don't. This is no pedestal I put myself on. I am the trashiest slut bucket hoe that has messed with people not when I was the boss. Not in a situation where I was the boss, but I have messed with people in inappropriate situations, adults, of course, adults, and consensually, that I'm like, bitch, should I be doing this? This is so slutty, horse, and trashes. Like, girl, why am I doing this? I've been in situations like that. So it's no judgment in that part, but this is just a different standard. This is just a different, like, you in the public eye, girl, you knew they was gonna be looking at you like, girl, he's 24, you 38. Why are you doing this? Especially at this thing, and you do this thing where he gotta awkwardly stand up, and it feels kind of weird. That she should have kept that relationship stuff private. We behind you on the professional stuff, but the Poppy stuff was a bridge too far for me. Yeah, it just feels like it is. That should have been kept to yourself. But maybe she was drinking and she had some courage juice and just wanted to put it all. But also, I'm talking about it right now in the dynamic of power, dynamic of you the boss, girl, you kind of wear it out. But then flip it in another dynamic. What if, now, I don't know how problematic this is, but I know me, when dudes, not comparing Jenny to a dude, but when dudes do these big grand gestures of love for me, that's romantic sometimes to me. Like, if I would not have taken myself, being a strong Black trans woman, if somebody did that to me, I would not have taken it as a manipulative power play. I would have taken it as a last attempt to try to win me back because I done told your ass I'm leaving you. And I would have kind of took it romantically. Now, I don't know how toxic that is. I don't know how problematic it is. But I know for me, I would have been like, he loved me. Mm-hmm. That's right. Mm-hmm. You better have did that. So I would have thought it was like a romantic thing that I'm like, he loved me. So it might not have been, but like I said, because of the power dynamic, it seems like, and because of, what we have learned over this decade around the Me Too movement, around manipulation and how people do these grandstand things to kind of not bully you, but to kind of pressure you into not holding them accountable. Ain't shit romantic about that. I don't know. It feels romantic. It feels a grand gesture of please forgive me. I know I'm a whore and I cheated on you, but I'm saying in front of everybody, I love you. Please don't leave me. That might be toxic. It might be, but that's not a tactic that I would use as the person who cheated, because I'm more toxic than that. I'd be like, fuck you, then, bitch, gone. You want to leave me because I got me some dick? Fuck you. That's more my type of toxic. But if I was on the receiving end of the apology, of the forgive me, I probably would have been like, all right. That was romantic. Because, as a Black trans woman, motherfuckers don't be loving me out loud. So when they do it super loud, I be like, yes. It's toxic. Yeah, it is. But that's just, how I am. Oh. Kind of a conflict of interest. It would be frowned upon if my boss left with me because he is in a position of power. Yes. And then she's burning bridges. Yeah, true. But I don't know. When it comes to the professional stuff, Shawnette, I'm not tripping about burning bridges at this point, particularly about this show. She just did a not a 5 series of something. She just did a series with fucking Netflix, a contract with them. She's paid. She's gonna be paid for a while. She good. Let me see. Yes, that is the Pisces in me. My partner said it's like when Offset went on stage and asked Cardi B to take him back at one of her shows. See, everybody was like, he's manipulating you, Cardi. But I was on some Cardi shit, bitch. Honey, we take our niggas back. I love him. We sometimes don't act like you ain't never took a nigga back, bitch. Sometimes we take a nigga back, honey. I love him. Sometimes you be on your Banji hood girl shit, baby. I know he toxic. I know he cheated, but I love him and I'm just not ready to go. Mind your motherfucking business. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't be acting with it. But don't be acting like, at 40, maybe. At 40, I might not. But at 20, 30, not at 35, not at 33. I think my 30s is what was like, bitch, you got me fucked up. But prior to 30s, when I was my 20s to 30s, I deal with a little bit and be like, all right, that's romantic. Okay. I'll take you back, but don't do it again, boy. Cardi is, and she's young. She's young too. So when I was younger, I can't say that I wouldn't take a nigga that I love back. I think now that I'm older, because I'm older and zero tolerance, that's why I don't be in no relationship. That's why I'm single. For what? Going on, I'll be single. Next year will be 10 years of me being single, bitch. Romantically single. Cardi can do much better than Offset. Girl, maybe. But I'm in love right now, Brianna. I'm in love right now. And I got a baby by him. I love him. So yeah, I might can do better, but but right now I love him and he dicks me down and I got a baby by him and I want to stay together for my daughter. I've been single for 19 years and counting. Okay, child. That's because you funny acting about that kitty box. You don't want to compromise, baby. We're older, zero tolerance. No, there always be another man. You know, I don't know, Coco. I'm not feeling like it. I honestly, when it comes to romance, I'm actually getting to the point where I'm not even thinking about niggas. I'm probably going to be by myself because two things on some serious shit. Two things. I'm zero tolerance about down low niggas. I'm never ever going to be with a down low nigga ever again in my life. That's number one. Number two, you have to make close to the amount of money that I make. And I'm not rich at all, nowhere near rich. But I am not going to be in a situation. I was like this when I was younger too. But I am not accepting a motherfucker that don't have an income to bring in and help with bills. That's number two. Number three, your life has to integrate with my life in some kind of way. It can't be we have to have some type of activist shit going on together. We have to have some type of, our life has to integrate and mix well. It has to. It can't be anything like that. And also, zero tolerance about sexual pleasure. You gotta do all my extras. You gotta suck dick. You ain't gotta always give up the buns, but the buns gotta be given up, every quarter. I'm gonna be counting down every 3 months. Them cakes need to be pounded, baby. You gotta do, you gotta be, I'm into a verse man, so you have to be verse. And, definitely zero tolerance for cheating. Yeah, it's just at this point, and I think that my wokeness, is wokeness. I hate that word, but y'all know what I mean. My mindset around misogyny, my mindset around anti-blackness, my mindset around misogynoir, my mindset about so many oppressions and stuff like that when it comes to men, you have to, it kind of is steering me. It's kind of being like I am with white men. I can't date white men because I be damn if a motherfucker that I'm with, I have to explain racism on any level. I can't. I much rather be dismantling. I can't dismantle racism within my man. I can't deal with that. I can't deal with that kind of conversation, and I can't envision a white man coming in my house and reaching in my refrigerator, drinking up my juice. That level of oppression, I just can't deal with. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with you coming in, sleeping on my sheets, and I'm washing your clothes. And no, I just can't. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I just can't. I can't imagine. So I'm zero tolerance for that. Um, and so I'm kind of getting like that when it comes to misogyny. If I gotta explain sexism to you, it gets real uncomfortable. If I gotta explain how motherfucker that old school, I can't deal with that old school mindset about shit, bitch. I need you to we both washing dishes, we both cooking, we both paying bills, we both, doing that shit. We both are doing what being a partner in on team, doing the shit to take care of the house. Inside and out. So, honey, just like the bedroom is versed, these bills is versed. So we're gonna be versed on these bills. We're gonna be doing everything. Even not necessarily even Steven, but you're gonna be contributing just like I'm contributing. Nope, I can't. I just can't deal with it. It's just something about that doesn't sit right in my spirit. I feel like my ancestors gonna be on my wall. All of them gonna be side eyeing when we go to sleep. Look at this bitch. Look at this man wench. Look at my ancestors gonna be over our bed while we sleep. Look at this bed wench. Not only is she not giving us no grandkids because she want to be a transgendered. This is what my old ancestors gonna be saying. Not only is she not passing down our bloodline, she laid up in this motherfucking bed that we done blessed her with a white man. I feel like my ancestors will turn their back on me, child. They just be looking down at the bed every night. Fuck them offerings. Fuck them candles. We got a new paint on the wall. Yes, Brandon, I do. Let me see if I can bring it down. Isn't she gorgeous? Just gorgeous, darling. Gorgeous. Decolletage, baby. Wraps. Y'all can't tell on the camera, but it sparkles. All of the jewelry and the hair wrap sparkles. Yes, I had to take it down. Woo. Yes. I had to take it down because I did an event with they were paying me a lot of coins. I did an event with Gilead, and they said the event went so well. Well, the practice run went so well that they just wanted to be able to record it and use it on their site. And they said that nude picture of myself just wouldn't do. So can I please take it down and put something else? And so I decided to put that. But I like her too. She's cute. And I added this one too. Isn't she cute too? Yeah. But yes, I love it. She's gorgeous. But yeah, so Janet Mock, so let's recap. So Janet called out inequities in her pay. So there's a wage gap in how she has been paid. And clearly, if she's getting lowballed, even the actresses are getting lowballed. She called out the writing There was 2 episodes in the beginning of this season that were written by all men. Kind of annoying. Yes, didn't like that. She didn't like that, called it out. She also held herself accountable in the ways that she did, or things that she did in regards to shrinking her sister, her white sister, Lady J, who is a writer on the show and one of the people behind the scenes of the show. And she made it very clear that she was shrinking Lady J to make herself look bigger when she really should have just loved her and, had a more authentic sisterhood. And I think, to me, that was an important part, because I think trans sisterhood is important for us to do differently, in the same way that I think that trans men could be a new example of how masculinity could be performed in a healthy way. I think trans women, of course, we can't control every conflict. That's unrealistic. We ain't gonna be perfect, but I think we gotta be really, really conscious in how we engage with each other, our sisterhood in each other, so we can at least set an example within our community that we can be in community with each other without the cattiness, without the jealousy, without the backbiting, without the having to feel like, in order for me to shine, in order for me to get my life, I gotta dim your light and I gotta bring you down. I gotta minimize you. I just never want to be that person. I never want to be in a situation where I'm in competition with really anyone. I know competition is just kind of, people's going to put you in that kind of category, especially if you do similar things to people than other people. But I just always felt like I just try not to operate from a place of scarcity. I try to operate from a place of abundance. And there is no reason why I need to make you look like you suck in order for me to make me look like I'm the best. I just don't think that. I've never been like that. I've never been I think that's my natural inclination, just because it's always been my personality. That's not something that I matured to. That's not something that, I used to be messy when I was, messy with the girls when I was a teenager and in my 20s. I actually never have been like that. I've never been a girl who shaded other girls behind their back. But if I shade you, it's because I don't like you and it's in your face. It's no kind of, if I don't like you, I don't like you. And I don't like you. And if I talk about not liking you, it's going to be behind your back, in your face, whenever. That's just me. I'm just going to do that. But if I like you, or if I don't know you at all, you haven't done anything to me for me not to like you, there is no way I'm going to be shaming you, shading you, doing shady shit to you, or anything like that. Because I just think that's silly. And I don't think I need to shade the girls for me to, seem like I'm bigger. That's just never been my tea. Naturally. It's not something that I'm mature to. I've always been like that. Let's see. It's not a lot. They are paid worse than the actors for in Empire, and how all the actors except Taraji and Terrence Howard are being paid relative to all Hollywood and other hit shows. But do we really trust Lee Daniels? Like, Lee Daniels, based off of what, not based, just based off how they handle the Monique situation, I just feel like he's trash. Like, I don't support him anymore. I don't support his stuff anymore, because based on just so many things, like, it's just, I just don't. If it was that bad, why did she accept her contract with them? But I think playing nice. I think I can, and there are sometimes opportunities that you just get the opportunity and then read after. because it can open up doors. This is a perfect example. She is a perfect example. So she took the pay, okay? She got Pose. It was a success, and she got a whole deal with Netflix that paid her sickening. If she wouldn't have took the Pose job, this is the bad part of the system. If she wouldn't have took the Pose job, she wouldn't have got the exposure to get the Netflix deal that was sickening money. Do you feel what I'm saying? And then sometimes when you're trying, and then this was her going into a new genre. She has been like a journalist, writer type of deal. She's going into Hollywood. You feel what I'm saying? So her going, this was her opportunity. So I wouldn't fault her for just taking the job, because I've done that with jobs that I felt like were underpaying me because I needed a job. That's number one. And I knew that this would be a stepping stone. And this is a groundbreaking job. A job like that doesn't come around every day. Exactly. This is a never been done type of job. So regardless if she's getting underpaid, it is going to shine light so much on her that it's going to be a stepping stone in the right direction. India Moore, actually, to me, is the one because of her outside things, because of her pretty privilege, because of her skinny privilege, because of her passing privilege, because of her colorism privilege. She has a lot of things in her favor that led her to, fashion houses endorsements, led her to way more money in other arenas. So she ain't, now I don't know, she could be getting underpaid on these jobs, but on Pose, but she's getting coins. Nope, I can vouch for that. Always work to yourself and good people. You right, Sean. You've been around since I was 14. You sure have. Betty Boop's child. So I've been the same person for a long time. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I ain't never been no messy ass bitch being shady to people. That just ain't never been me. Hey everyone, welcome. Hit the like button and share. Thank you, Coco, for reminding us. Make sure you thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share. The one girl turned down that Netflix deal for less than $1 million. Shonda Rhimes left ABC because Disney wouldn't comp her ticket to Disneyland. But Shonda Rhimes was Shonda Rhimes. Shonda Rhimes wouldn't have did that on her first go round. Shonda Rhimes was already, coined out, to multiple shows under her belt. The multi-season success of Grey's Anatomy and other shows. So she was able to leave and go somewhere to get another bag. To get another bag. Shonda is was in a different scenario than Janet was. These black actors been getting scrapped. Facts. I don't think Shonda Rhimes is a good comparison, just because Shonda was already getting her coins. Right, Shonda is stable as fuck. Right, Shonda is that's a different beast. She had multiple. Yeah, but that's still not Hollywood. NBC show that failed. It didn't really blow up into anything. And 2 books that were great. That's still not Hollywood. That's not the same thing. That's not the same level of success. It's not the same genre. If you're in comparison to Shonda Rhimes, that's a whole different thing. Being an executive producer on a show and being an author is different. That's totally different. Comparing Janet's success at the moment that she was signing Pose's deal with as a director, writer, executive producer is not is nowhere near the same comparison as Shonda already having multiple shows and people trying to get her to come over to their platform because of that success. That's a whole different scenario. The Black British actors are said to be paid less than African American actors, so they really be capitalizing on the minorities. Mm-hmm. And I already said this before on other shows. I think that the racist atmosphere of America exotifies anything that is not African American Black. I think that just because they are British Black, it makes them exotic in the same way, the same way when we think about colorism and, let's not pick, a dark girl. Let's pick somebody, that's looking mixed and looking, ambiguous. I think that British Black is exotic in American culture is exotic. So they like that better than just regular African American Black. I've said that before, and that's what I believe, and I'm sticking to it. They don't, Mo. I just had I've talked to people who have bestseller books, and I've talked to people who have like regular selling books, and I have people who the author thing I know for a fact. You got to be super, super like fucking Barack Obama, Michelle Obama to get a fire ass book deal. It really depends on who you are, definitely. Yeah, Shonda's good. Shonda was good before Netflix. Shonda ain't the same, ain't comparison. They offered Donald Trump $1 million for him to write the book on his presidency. I mean, he's one of the most popular presidents right now. One of the most famous people in the world right now. So I can see them offering that. Zach, how are you? I love you. I love me old nasty royal blue. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But what do y'all feel about, hey Marissa, what do y'all feel about the age gap? So what are your thoughts on it? Is it the age gap and the balance of power? Is that creepy? Is that, motherfuckers, just being extra because she's a Black trans woman? I don't know. I just feel like we can't let that ride because, if this was somebody other than our sister, Mother Janet, we would be dragging them for that balance of power alone, and that idea, and the idea of you sleeping with multiple crew members, like that's kind of creepy. That's some. It may not be not on no rapist creepy shit, but girl, you the boss, girl. You can't be tipping around having all the trade on the show, in the crew. But girl, what is going on? The relationship won't end well because men usually can't handle a woman with power over them. Well, just because she's younger, do we have to infantilize him? Maybe there's a little opportunist in him. Elizabeth, that is when I first heard of Poppy and her hooking up, I was like, yes, Poppy, slang that dick to secure your motherfucking role, because bitch is getting chopped. Slang that dick to secure your role. Yes, that's what I thought. That's where my mind went until I was like, but wait, she's the one with the power. And I was like, is she slanging that dick? But I forgot she a sex change. So that's different. But yes, I definitely am not. It's not illegal. This is not a 16-year-old boy. This is a grown ass young man, 24, 25. He definitely, he definitely is. You know, it's definitely consensual. Now, is it opportunist? Is it, you know, what is that? Like, are y'all both playing this thing? You know, that's why I said it kind of feel like this ain't none of our business, but, you know, wait, I know she's with Poppy, but she's been with the crew and all that. Yeah, she in the speech, y'all coming in late, we done talked about it already. In the speech, she admits to cheating on Poppy with another crew member, somebody on the crew. And she basically tells him that she don't want him to go and leave her because he was going to leave her for the cheating. So maybe that's just the norm in the culture. I don't know. I just don't think that that's cute. I think the power dynamic. I don't have a problem with the age gap. I have a problem with the power dynamic. That is the problem. It's not the age thing. I think he's grown. That is a fucking 25-year-old man with nuts and a dick, ready, he ready to give it up. So I ain't thinking about him like a child. This is not a 16-year-old. So there is an age gap. I think people should be free to have consensual sex at whatever legal age that they want to. Am I going to be 50-year-old messing with a 21-year-old? Probably not. That's not really my ministry. I like men who, you know, nuts are fully developed. Dicks are fully developed. I like you to be well out of puberty when you get into the doll's boudoir. I need everything working perfectly fine. So I think the predator label is a little extreme. Absolutely. I think I agree. I don't know how you say it. Shay Boo? Is that how you say that? I think the predator label is very, y'all throwing that around like, child. That's weird. And I think y'all being extra. I think that's misogynoir. I think so. I think the predator, yes, Brianna, I think the predator label is quite extra. That's extra. Nobody is saying there's nobody in the scenario is saying that she is using her power to force people to do stuff. Nobody is saying that there's some rapey ass shit. There's nobody saying that. So the predator part, it would be predatory if he was freshly 18. Yeah, I think it's different. I think it's different. I think it's very I just think I think the predator thing is taking it too far. For me. Cougars are real and women get more energized as they get older. It makes sense. Unprofessional, yes, absolutely. Predatory, no. I agree, Guardian. I think that's too much. I think that's too much. I ain't gonna throw it around. Y'all can throw it around, but that's not really. I'm not gonna call her that. That's not. And I don't think if it was. I didn't have this conversation about Janet Mock. I don't mind holding her accountable for what she has done in situations that I think she was wrong in, like that situation with Pierce Morgan. I got a video about that. I think that I think she did some things wrong in that situation. But this situation, if I felt she was wrong, I would say it. Because I ain't trying to be in Hollywood. Somebody got kissed no ass. so, so for me, I feel like that's just goes too far. I think calling her predator goes too far. Predator is just that's too. It gives a certain connotation that I don't think that she's at. I think this is pathological at this point. She knowingly chose to sleep with a cast member, both Poppy and the other crew members, and this is just the ones we know. Huh. I don't think that makes it pathological. Hooking up with two people, I don't think that make it pathological. Yeah, she says as a crew member in the speech. She must have been drunk. She could have been drunk, but she didn't keep it cute. It was a crew member. Yeah, I don't now see when you get to talking about you're smarter than that, you're better than that, you're da da da. I don't know. People are human. People are human, and I don't put nobody on no pedestal, honey. Honey, especially when it comes to who they want to fuck and who they want to hook up with. Um, you know, honey, sometimes we want if we want the dick, we get the dick. That's just yes, right. We don't need to be slut shaming. I don't think monogamy is natural. I think that monogamy is something you choose to commit to. I don't think it is natural. I don't think that sexuality is uncontrollable. I think that you can control it, but I don't think monogamy is natural. So you're going to always find people, even if you're in a monogamous relationship, you're going to always find other people attractive, even if you got somebody fine. Other people can be attractive. Yes, that is her ex husband. Yeah, that's a whole different situation. She puts on such a composed and controlled, respectable air and image to her. So to her, see, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't think that it's. I think that she's always been honest. I think people confuse being articulate and well spoken with respectable. I don't mean that. Don't mean I believe that Jenna ain't fucking. Like just because she talk nice and she's poised, that actually make me think, honey, I know you getting loose, bitch. I never confuse. I don't. I never. And this may be the escort, escort side of me, but I never equate people's public persona with their sexuality at all. Like at all. Like I'm never surprised when I find out people are freaks. You for me to be surprised, you gotta be a motherfucker like motherfucking Teresa. Like, I mean, you gotta be somebody that I really believe you out here living this motherfucking celibate, holier than thou shit. But if you a regular motherfucker, just cause you articulate and nice and poised, I know that you in the back of a car sucking some dick, in a bed, getting fucked on your period. I know it's some nasty shit going on because I know I'm not the only nasty motherfucker in the world. And I just know some nasty. And I ain't met nobody that I had a sit down conversation with about sex that they ain't got some nasty in them. Everybody got some nasty. especially when they in that mode and somebody done, honey. It's like motherfuckers acting like they don't have raw sex. Oh, I always have sex with condoms. Bitch, fuck out of here. Yeah, maybe, but you don't let somebody slide in that pussy and that asshole raw before, motherfucker. Stop playing. Get out of here. Folks be nasty. And I don't care how pretty and poised and articulate that you are. Motherfuckers is nasty and do stuff. That's just what it is. So I don't ever do that. Especially she been single. She done got out of this marriage. Child. Being nasty ain't always smart, Shawnee. You know, being nasty ain't always smart. Sometimes what makes it sexy is the risk. Sometimes. Now, that's not saying it's smart. You know how you don't want to get let's take disease out and think about getting pregnant. I don't want to get pregnant, but I'm letting this nigga slide on in this cat box raw. I know pull-out game might not be too good, and then bam, I'm pregnant because I was getting nasty. I wasn't being smart, but I was getting nasty. Now I gotta go to Planned Parenthood or go to the store, give me a Plan B. I gotta do something because I was getting nasty. You know that's the tea. Sometimes that's what it is. If she'll work ever in Hollywood again, definitely. She ain't gonna be blackballed for that. But she already has, to me, I think she's already signed a deal of a lifetime with motherfucking Netflix. She can live off her coin. It gets to a point where you can kind of live off your coin when you got so much coins. Yeah, she already signed that deal with Netflix. So her coin already in the bag. So that I think, and this show is over. So I think that's why she is feeling bold and can say what she want to say, because bitch, I already got my contract over here with this other company and we good over here. So I can be real about y'all underpaying me on this project. Poppy was the forbidden fruit. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to romanticize him either. They might just like each other. Um, I wonder if the video will leak. Hopefully. I hope somebody leaks it, but we've got enough. I mean, it wasn't like no tea. Wasn't she with the billionaire? No. Her other husband wasn't a billionaire. Her husband wasn't that she broke up with. Yeah, Angel is cute. He ain't my kind of cute. He looks like a um he's not my type. So they ain't really my ministry. I ain't gonna say what I was about to say is problematic, so I'm not gonna say it. 40K an episode is just offensive to what she brings to the table. 40K an episode is offensive, even if she was just a regular. If she's a regular cisgender white man, if she was anybody, 40K. If the range of executive producer coin is 30K to 100K per episode, then 40K is ridiculous. She should have been, as I said earlier, paid medium or equitable higher than that. If you're trying to be about, and let me say this before we get any kind of before this show, we got 45 more minutes. Look, if you are trying to do right by oppressed people and you are in a position where you sign the checks and you decide the pay, if you're trying to dismantle the system and you're trying to disperse the wealth of the rich, your job is to pay those people equitably. So if you come to me, Diamond Stylz, and you want me to host an event, don't come to me lowballing me where I have to come and tell you, well, actually my rate is this. And then when I tell you my rate, let me give you a perfect example. So maybe a year ago, this happens all the time, but there was a situation where I have a particular rate for me hosting events. This is my rate. Boom. So when sometimes people come to me and they have a rate for me, like they'll say, oh, we're willing to pay you, let's say a number, we're willing to pay you $1,000 to do this event for us. And I say, well, my rate isn't actually $1,000, it's $1,500. And then that person who came to negotiate with me with that $1,000, they turn around and say, okay, we can do that $1,500. What that tells me is that your budget for the pay, there was a sliding scale. What I want you to do, if you control the money, give the people you want the max from the beginning. So if let me give you a perfect example. Anybody who has worked for me, I don't know if my friend is in here who has worked for me. Anyway, if you've worked for me, like I was a Bath and Body Works store manager, and my co-manager came on, and we were now we hired him, and now we're discussing his pay. The range of pay for this retail job for a co-manager was $14 to $17, I think, an hour. Yes. So, excuse me. I need some more water. In his application, he put that he wanted $15 or something, that he wanted $15 an hour. So when I hired him, I said, I'm going to give you 17. That's the max I can give him. I'm not going to negotiate. I'm not going to be like, oh, you said 15. Okay, we're going to give you 15. No, I'm going to give you the max that I can give you. Whatever the max is, that without me getting in trouble from the company that I work for. So when you come and hit me up and say, you got $1,000 for me, and I say, my rate is 15, and you say, okay, we can do 15, that means you didn't give me the max. That means that you were nickel and diming me. And so I think of you at that point as shady, because you should have offered me the max from the jump, because that's not your fucking money. Like that budget from them, whoever controls the money in your organization, that little budget that y'all got, you need to be giving particularly marginalized people, Black people, trans people, women, to kind of close that fucking wage gap. You need to be paying them the max that you have the power to pay them. You do not need to let them negotiate with you. Give them the max from the beginning. Whatever your boss say, the max that you can pay, give it to them from the beginning. Don't have them, oh, we can give you 400. Oh, I don't know. Because most motherfuckers is not going to be confident and be like, oh shit, well, my rate is this. No. They're going to be scared because they fucking broke and want to be paid, and they going to take that little measly ass fucking $400 you offered them. That measly ass motherfucking gift card that your fucking ass is offering them. No, give them the max. I remember this organization, they told me that they were going to give me a budget of, I think it was like $5,000 to come up with a panel. Now, this is what we were assuming. I set up the whole panel. I made the cisgender people on the panel was getting paid less than the transgender people was getting paid, because that's equitable. And And it was whatever the max I could pay them. That's what it was. It was no kind of negotiation. Like how much money. I think the trans people were getting paid $50 more than the cis people. We had the facilitator that was getting paid more than all of them. And, you know, I had the budget to do it. And so I'm like, child, I'm not about to, good night, Coco. I'm not about to nickel and dime you. This is how much I can give you. I can give you $800 for this motherfucking panel spot. Do you want it? If you say, oh, I can only do 1,000, maybe I can't do 1,000. I gave you the max that I can give you. It was 800. Do you want it? I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, let me say 500. That'll save me on the budget. This ain't my motherfucking money. I'm not about to nickel and dime on some other white man motherfucking money. Motherfucker, I'm gonna give you, we gonna spend this whole 5 G's that they gave me down to the penny. I hired a DJ for the fucking Zoom panel. It was a DJ in between the conversation. The DJ would come up and play black music. Fire ass motherfucking panel that you ever seen. It was beautiful. So every little coin went to somebody. And I think that if you're trying to close the wage gap, if you're trying to put the money of these organizations in the hands of the people, you have to do the work in regards to making it easier for them to get access to that money. And a part of making it easier is don't fucking nickel and dime them. Don't nickel and dime them. And you can, this is not just nonprofit. This is anything, any position that you're on, any type of hiring power that you have. Don't be fucking nickel and diming people because it's not your money. Now, if you're in the position of a boss where it is your money, then you should want to hire the best of the best. So you should be paying them the top amount. Don't hire no motherfucker that's not good. And don't keep no motherfucker that's not good. Whoever is you hire, make sure they're fucking great and deserve the money, the highest pay, a livable wage. If it's your money, that's your business, sure. Yeah, you got to think about how much you're paying people. But you should be picking people who are great at their job. Don't pick no slacker that's not going to give you the return for your money. That's the same thing I told my co-manager when I hired him and gave him the max. Because I'm giving you the max, when it's time for you to perform, I want you to perform. I'm not going to take any shorts from you because I'm doing what's in my power to give you the max. I want you to give me the max of your work. But yes, I think it's really, really important for you, if you're in the power when it comes to money, to do the work, to make sure you close that gap. All right, we are coming into our last half hour. We only be on here for 2 hours. So this is where what y'all want to talk about? So we pass it over to y'all. We done talked about Janet. Janet out here speaking truth to power and embarrassing her partners. Because that's the tea I got. I felt like, honey, you couldn't do this at the house. Why you have to embarrass me in front of everybody and make me stand up? And no, I don't want to be embarrassed like that. No, thank you. But yes, what else y'all want to talk about? Have y'all heard that new Cardi B with DJ Khaled? Is it Big Money or Big Paper? Big Paper. I love that. That's my shit. Have you read Tarana Burke and Brene Brown's book yet? I have not. Brene Brown lives in Houston with me, not far from me. I see her in Rice Village sometimes. What is it about, Reggie? Oh, before we switch to other conversations, there is a link to the bottom if you are a Black trans woman and you are in need of support of any kind, there's always a link. I be forgetting to say this during the shows. There is always a link for assistance from my org, Black Trans Women's Inc., that you can click in the bottom if you need assistance for anything. Now, we're not some $1 million organization, but we got a little something. And if we can direct you to resources, we do that. But the link is in the bottom, just so y'all know. I will also, probably this coming month in May, I will be starting a little Zoom hangout spot, like a space where we can come together and just talk about whatever we want. But it won't be just me like this. It'll be like a Zoom where everybody can come in and just talk about whatever, just kiki, just maybe once every 2 weeks, once a month, one every 2 weeks, something like that. It's an anthology focused on shame resilience. Shout out to Dr. Money for teaching me what that is. Yes, vulnerability and Black experience. Work. Yes. Absolutely. I love Money. Money's podcast is called Queer Walk. They have been really doing some great shows lately. The Mental Moment with Money is great. And The Word with Nikita too. It's just an amazing podcast. It's so thoughtful. They recently did a show on Patrice Cullors, where they were kind of breaking that down and being tender and holding her accountable for buying all these houses and stuff like that. Planning for BTAC 2020. Yes, we will be back next year. BTAC 22. I'm actually about to start hiring some planning committees, but that we just ended our fiscal year. Oh, look at Money popping in. Speak of the devil. Yes, I'm about to start hiring some people to do the planning for BTAC 22 to help with some of the programming, paid positions. So that's what we are going to be doing soon. But this is our last fiscal month of our fiscal planning. So I won't start doing that till June. We usually break in May. Yes. How long did it take for you to get over your first real love? Ooh, that's a great question. Let me hold that. Let me see. I can never find hood panels like what I am searching. I can never find hood panels like what I am searching wrong. I'm confused by your question. Hood panels, like what I described. It depends. You're not gonna search for them and find them. Some of them you are. Like on YouTube, you can search for like Black feminist panels, but they don't really name them like that for you to search them. But it just depends on who curates the panel. So if the curator of the panel is somebody who values hood people, a lot of the money that people are given to curate something, it is, kind of rooted in respectability politics. So a lot of people that they pick is respectable people. But if you give the money to somebody like me, you give the money to somebody who appreciates intellect, even from somebody that's hood, who appreciates the opinion and understand that intelligence and education doesn't just come from somebody with degrees, somebody from PWI, somebody from HBCUs, somebody from school in general. Sometimes it's hood motherfuckers ain't never been to school, still can teach you something. And so when you get a panel or event that's curated by people who appreciate that, then you're gonna get that quality black ass, well-rounded. Because you have a motherfucker with a PhD to a motherfucker that's been locked up 50-11 times, but they coming in on a subject that can teach you and blow your fucking mind. And so don't. It's really just about who is the curator of that experience. And so if you follow somebody who curates these type of experiences, then you know, if you already follow them and you know how their mindset is, you know to definitely attend their event. And I ain't forgot your question. I'm gonna answer that, Emma. I know I'm late to the party. I'm applauded by Janet putting her partner on the spot like that and for being messy on the set. I'm disappointed to hear this from her. Yes, Jess Kaiser, we talked about that earlier in the show. When this shuts off, you can go back and watch the beginning of the show, but we have talked about that. Any advice on being forced to detransition and go back to being a male for a minute? My family has sabotaged me, and I was calling my ads when I was escorted, and now I have to live with them. Interesting. Mom and sister secretly judging me because I'm pretty and I've been off moans for a month. My rents are going down, and I'm so irked. They have cops follow me and everything. Mess with my unemployment. Wow, you're in a bad situation. First of all, do what you got to do. Don't be shamed. Don't be ashamed of having to detransition or whatever you need to do to survive and keep shelter and food. Don't be ashamed of that. That's number one. Don't be ashamed at all. That is temporary. If you have to use them for the moment to get out, to get on your feet, to be able to be in a more free and safer environment, sometimes we got to do that. So I've been in a situation where I had to live with motherfuckers who were fucking hateful just for a month, just so I can get on my feet. So I would suggest you be there for a very short time. Really, if you are escort already, you already on, bitch, get your motherfucking ads up, use another motherfucking pictures, change your number, whatever you need to do to make them not know that it's you so they can stop harassing you. Get a few clients, get you a fucking long-term hotel room that's not just a day. You paying for the week or whatever. Hoeing for that week, honey, get your big girl panties on and honey, get to hustling till you got enough money to put yourself up for a down payment for your own apartment. Even if you gotta fucking keep a room, stay in a shelter, whatever you need. If you feel like you need to do that. Whatever it is that you need to do that you are comfortable with, this is not the time to be shamed. That's all I want you to know. I can't advise you on all your situation, but shame, we ain't got room for that. Fuck the motherfuckers. Fuck everybody. This is survival now. This is not, oh, I feel so ashamed that I can't transition. Fuck all that shit. You trying to get a place to stay, get a place to eat. This ain't time for shame. This is time to make your money and get out of that situation where you can have better choices. You can stay with them for a month. You shouldn't be there for no longer than a month. I don't think. If you're really uncomfortable, if you have to be, go for it. But I know me, if I'm already hustling, now if you weren't hustling, like you scared the hoe, scared the prostitute, then I would be like, child, you're going to have to be there for a while because them jobs ain't going to be paying you. You got to get 2 jobs or something, blah, blah, blah. But if you already hoeing, you don't give a fuck about that shit, that respectable shit, bitch, put you some ads up. Honey, put you a couple of ads up. Don't just put your pictures, put another bitch pictures up. Because when the clients come, if you cute, they going to stay. Put a bunch of white bitches, Asian bitches, Latin bitches. Put a bunch of pictures up. Get you a Google Voice number. Get you your regular number. Get you multiple motherfucking numbers, however you can do it. And put different numbers in each ad from different places so they can think not from the place you live. So they can think you an out-of-town girl. Show you how to make this money. When the clients come in, you're not the girl in the pictures. Oh, she'll be back, baby. And you sit there looking pretty and looking sickening. And if she take too long, you be like, well, she's taking too long. If you want to see me, I can see you. You sit there looking pretty with your titties up, looking love. Ain't no dude who done came to the room gonna turn you down. Make your money. Anyway, enough of Madam Diamond. All right. Let's see. So let me go back to Ammo. How long did it take you to get over your first real love? Um, let me see. Let me see. Yeah, don't let these. This is how I live my life. Once you have a plan, and I'm not saying you everybody like this, but this is how I live my life. I am only stressing about shit that I don't have a plan yet for. Once you have a plan for something, it is no longer a need to stress. Work on that plan. Stress on that plan. Plan. Yeah, you got fired. I'm a stress. I'm a just stress for a little bit. Damn, I lost my job. How am I fucking do this? Once I get to how I'm gonna do this, and I sit down and make a plan of how I'm gonna do it, I'm no longer stressing about that motherfucking job. I'm stressing about how to make this plan work. That's what deserves my stress right now. I'm not stressing about that past shit. And these other motherfucking flies and bullshit buzzing around, fuck them. Mm-mm. Um, but yes, all right. So, Ammo. How long did it take for you to get over your first real love? I am not over my first real love. So never. Anybody that I have ever loved, I still love them. Yes, I still love them. It's just not tender anymore. It's just not hurtful thinking about it anymore. I'm not in love with them. This this is some cheap synthetic hair, baby, because it keeps getting tangled. Ugh. Um, I still love them. It's not a tender place. It's not tender anymore. It is yeah, it's just not tender anymore. It's just not I'm not in a situation where I don't like them or I have some kind of resentment or sadness about them anymore. And if you're asking how long did that take, however long it took me to find a new man. Usually when I get a new love, it's it I move on. But it's you know how like you get a little bruise or you get a little scar or something. And right when you first get it, it's like, ooh, when you touch it, it's like, ooh, shit, bitch, get off of it. It's that. But then over time, you might still have that little bitty scar there, but when you touch it, it don't feel like nothing. When you talk about it, it don't feel like nothing. Um, yeah, but to that tenderness goes away over time to me. It goes away over time, especially if I got a new man that you know, that I can fall in love with. Honey, that's just what it is. But every single person that I have ever loved in my life, I still love them. And when I talk to them, that I feel that love. I still feel that love. I've been nursing this pre-splash hangover. I know that's right. Get up. Best way to get up to get over a man is to get up under another one. I don't know if that's always healthy, but it always works when I'm not thinking about it. But yeah, I'm my high school boyfriend. We recently because my mom passed away. I think I've talked about this. I don't know, but because my mom passed away, we reconnected, and in us talking, it really, I know that I still love him. Like, I know I still have love for him. It's just not like it was when we were in high school. Um, it just not, it's not like it was. It's very, I'm a whole different woman than I was at 18. That, I don't say whole, but there's shit that I will never deal with him. That I will never deal with. Simple as that. And so that I would have to deal with to even be with him again. And I wouldn't. So I know that we wouldn't work out as an adult woman, but I know that he holds a special place in my heart. My first mutual love was this dude named Jonathan. We recently talked, and even talking to him and us getting, us having a good conversation about shit that went on with us. Um, us us talking really let me know that he has matured, because in our conversation he really held himself accountable, and shit that he had done wrong and shit that that I had done wrong, and things that we could have avoided if we both were the mature adults that we are now. He just admitted it and he came clean about it. So we were able to, really as adults kind of work through that little closer type of situation. And but in talking to him, I felt like, oh, I still have a love for him. Do I want to be with him? Hell no. No. Hell no. But I do still have love for this person. I'm just not in love with them. But I still love. I'm never going to stop loving them, because it's just something about when a person gets in that love space in your heart. It's something about when they get in there that they always is there. It's like you, like on Twilight, how what is his name? The werewolf can imprint on somebody. That's what it reminds me of. Like, it's almost anybody who I have been in love with, they can imprint on my heart where it's always there. But yes, but yeah, that's how I think about it. There was a story that you said on this week's podcast episode that you tell us on live tonight. Ooh, I don't know. Tell me if you give me a hint. This week's podcast was um this week's, as in this one that just came out Thursday. I think that's how you know that love is real. Yeah, I think so too. I don't know. You got to give me a hint. I be saying so much stuff. I got to know what the context of the conversation was to remember. Yes, but also tonight I am going to record 2 episodes, one episode of The Love Beneath and one episode for my members only section. I'm starting a series that is about my escort experiences. And so that's going to be behind a paywall. And so I'm going to be recording them now. Recording them tonight, and they will be put out next week. The Love Beneath one won't. The Love Beneath one is going to be for everybody. That impression or imprint that you have whenever they are there or not. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, Tia. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Thursday episode. The girl doing coke at your first ball, which I almost had to fight. Oh, yes. All right. So, yes. So, actually, the girl that I was with is right above you. Jiggly Jello. That's who I was with. So it was the first ball that I had ever. Was it the first ball that I ever walked? I think the first. It definitely was the biggest ball at that point that I had ever been to. This is like in 2003. So we all rode the bus down there, like the Greyhound or something, like a whole little family of us. And we rode the bus to DC, and they had a room on K Street. Was it K Street? Yeah, it was K Street. Yes. And so, was it K Street? I know it was a hostel. I think it was K Street. Anyway, it was a bunch of hotels right there. So we had a room, and we in this fucking hotel, and these bitches is acting weird as fuck. These bitches is acting weird. Like, so, you know, I'm probably, this is 2003, so I'm like 22. I'm like 22. Deja was like 21. She had to be like 21. So yeah, we young girls. Like we're just turning 21, 22 in that area. And it was a Balenciaga ball. And you know, I ain't really been around motherfuckers who was cokeheads. Like even though my mama did crack and shit, I ain't never seen people do crack. Like as far as, you know, like my mom kind of kept me from that. So there's certain things that I was kind of green to, but I wasn't green to when vibes is off. Like, because, you know, I know how to pay attention to my surroundings. The situation that we were in, it felt weird. It felt like something was about to pop off. And I didn't realize that we were in a fucking room full of cokeheads. But they were acting weird. They were saying weird ass shit. They were being weird. And me and Deja was sitting looking at each other like, bitch, are we gonna have to fight these bitches? Because they getting real. Like we looking at each other like me and her been friends since fucking 12. So we to the point in our friendship, even now, but definitely then too, where we ain't really gotta talk to each other. We can just be like, so we looking at each other like, bitch, are we gonna have to twirl these hoes? Cause they acting fucking weird. Like we don't know if this is a setup. Like we don't know what this is. It just feels. I don't know if y'all ever been just in a situation that you don't know what's going on, but it feels fucking weird. Somebody keep coming to the fucking door, knocking on the door, and they going outside whispering, and we like, are they selling dope? We don't know what the fuck is going on. Then we see a situation where the nigga come to the door and he almost like making threats and shit. Like she done got they are snorting the fucking coke that the fucking dope man done gave him, and he owe him money. I'm like, bitch, is this nigga gonna come in and shoot us all, thinking we all in here snorting up his coke? I know we felt like we were getting groomed. Bitch, I wasn't getting groomed for nothing. I was gonna twirl. Whatever was happening, I felt in danger. I felt like, hold on, let me put this chair by this door. Let me sit back and watch what's going on. I felt in danger, bitch. And so I guess she had got some dope from this nigga that she was supposed to be selling at the motherfucking ball. But they were fucking snorting. They were fucking snorting. They were snorting. There was this butch queen that came. What was his name? What was the light-skinned boy name? Shine? The light-skinned butch queen in the silver. You remember him? With the waves in his head. They all was snorting, and these little crystal little baggies. And I don't know if it was crystal or cocaine or what. I don't know what the fuck it was. But child, I was over it. And our little friend who had brought us to these people, Jason, we ain't even fucking he done jetted off. We don't know where the fuck he went. So we like with these people we don't know, early 20s and ready to rock heads. I know I'm sitting there ready to rock. Like, Soon as somebody tries to wham, we getting up out of here, bitch. Be ready. I'm telling Danger, bitch, we getting up out of here. Be ready, cause shit, this is ugly. But at the time that I felt like that, I felt like it because I didn't know that they were getting high. Once I seen that they were getting high, then I started feeling like I was in danger. I started feeling like, bitch, this is fucking stupid. We are around some fucking dolphins. I'm ready to go. Did we sleep there? I don't think we even went to sleep, bitch. I don't think the ball was the next day. I don't even think we even went to sleep. I think we just stayed up and then got ready for the ball. When it was time to go to the ball. I don't think we even went to sleep. We just stayed up. Them bitches had wrapped their hair and went to sleep. We were like, child, I know I didn't. But yeah, it wasn't no long story, but that's what it was. Them bitches was doing coke and was acting weird, and we thought we was going to have to fight them. But she did. We stayed up and hit the ball. Yeah, that's what it was. But they did, and then went right back home and was having trade on the bus. The good old days. Being young whores, traveling the country. But yeah, that's the story. That's what I was talking about. Just them being weird. I don't know who the other girls. I think one of the girls had died. Baby, she was from Baltimore. And Shantae, I don't think Shantae has died, but I think she was from Baltimore too. And then Mariah Revlon. Yeah, it was weird. Not the Coke Motel that yes, child. It was strange. Yeah, I don't know who the one was named Baby. I don't know what her name. I think she has died in recent years. I think she died, or either Shantae died. I don't remember. One of them. I lived for Baby. She was beat. Yeah, and then Mariah Revlon. Yeah, Mariah is. I think she's a performance girl. I think Baby got killed by a train. Yeah, Baby used to use my pictures on her ad. I had to call her and read her, but we did kind of look alike. But yes. My keys is in my pocket. All right, we got 7 minutes. What else? Did anybody ask any more questions? What else? Before we get up out of here. Yeah, I just have no interest, Miss Kiara, to try coke. That's just I don't know. I did try X. I did, of course, I smoke weed. That ain't shit. But I did try X. I actually enjoyed X entirely too much. Where I don't even want to play with her. I like her too much. I'll go into a motherfucking where I'm always trying to get high. So no, and coke just never appealed. Too many drug addicts and shit for me to What is next week podcast going to be about? We're going to talk about Janet, and I don't actually know what Mia and Z's topic ever is. That's how we keep the subject, the conversation kind of spontaneous. I don't know what Mia or Z ever are going to talk about. We come together when we record, and they bring up. Yeah, I'd much rather be an alcoholic. Not that that's any better, but I just feel like it's more controlled as far as the addiction. Or maybe I just don't have an addictive personality when it comes to alcohol. Like I've never I go months without drinking, and then I'll sip on something. Yeah. Um, um, yes, Whitney Houston about it, right? I'm trying to say pretty, and hard drugs won't help you do that. I know that's right. The best crawfish in Houston, LA Crawfish Shack. Yeah, I think LA Crawfish Shack on Harwin and Gessner is my favorite place to get seafood. That's my favorite place in Houston. I've seen other places that I like, but they're I just haven't had a place that's as good as them. I have places that's good, decent, like the Lotus off of Gassner and where you used to stay, Deja. What's that street? Is it Braeswood? I think it's Gassner and Braeswood. Something. It's the Lotus that I love. Yeah, Braeswood. I like them. I don't like them as much as Gessner and Harwin, but I do like them. I do like them. I don't hate them. Lotus is cool. I don't forgot all about the North Side places. There used to be some good North Side places, but I ain't lived on the North Side in like fucking 10 years since like 2010. So about almost 11 years. No, February was 11 years. So I haven't lived on the North Side, so I don't know shit about the North Side. What I remember about the North Side is all the Chinese food, like the Asian places, was fire. But I know it was some good ones, but I just can't remember them. But yes, on Harwin, the LA Crawfish Shack on Harwin. Don't go to none of the other ones. This is the other ones are like franchise. This one is a different kind. Don't go to the other one. Go to the one on Harwin and Gessner behind the McDonald's. Not that one on fucking Westland and Richmond. Hell no. Chinese Buffet Life on Rankin and Kirkendall. Yes, love that one. There's that one further up on the right side of the highway on 45. If you keep going up past Greenspoint, I think it's past Ritchie, past Rankin, of course, but it may be past Ritchie. It's like China Bear or something on the right. I don't know if it's still there. Y'all making me hungry. Yes. Um, yeah. Oh, is Aunt B still open? Cute little country white people breakfast. China Bear. Yeah, I think it's China Bear. I think that's what it's called. I love them. Um, who else? But even the Southwest got the best food because even their Asian places is fire. The Southwest, Chinatown and Asian Town. this is the place, honey. So many good places on the Southwest. But yes. Boiling 88 is good too. I haven't been to Boiling 88. We have Chinese buffets in Lakewood Court. I don't know about that. Let's see. Did you hear about Boosie saying his hemorrhoids was taken out? I did. I was roasting him on Twitter. Make sure y'all follow me on Twitter, Diamond Stylz, DIAMONDSTYLZ, as in zebra. So that's why I do all my cutting up on Twitter. Make sure y'all follow me there. Make sure you thumbs up and subscribe if you are just tuning in. Um, what else? You typed a question. Let's see. What is your advice on turning out a young DL trade who falls for you but is scared to take the next step? I ain't never had that issue. If he fall for you, why you ain't have him? Oh, you haven't got to the scenario yet? Is that Give me explain that. What do you get for what when you say he falls for you? What's the he fell for you? How's he falling and you ain't having? what's the what's the falling doing? He just likes you, or he just does he flirt with you? Does he like what makes you give him the title he fell for you? What's falling for you? Oh, I ain't no, honey. Don't listen to Guardian. You can mess with DL Trade. They are the spice of life. you go, honey. You don't be in no relationship with no DL Trade, but you have them, and you have them for the guys. I don't know what the Guardian is talking about. you have them. You get them on your record. You enjoy them. You use them for your feminine wilds, but you just don't try to. You know how they say you don't turn a hoe into a housewife. You don't, honey. You don't turn a DL nigga into your main nigga. That's what. Yes, yeah. No relationship. No. But if you want to have them, you have them. But when you say y'all can't seem to stop messing with each other, if you're not having them, what do you? What are y'all? What is messing with each other? What does that mean? Oh, well, you already done got them. What you need advice for? you done you done did what you had to do. What's the advice for? Yeah, you right, Ty. I don't make dudes. I don't I DL dudes, I treat them like, you can only it's only on my terms. You only everything that we do is based on me and what I want to do. Everything, the time, I don't let them hit me up and say, "Damn, can I come see you?" No, I'm not horny. When I'm horny, I'll hit you up. Like I'm like that. Like I make them um like it's everything is on my terms. I don't do anything on their terms. Yes, exactly. Treat DL men like the sex toys they are. You mess around and I stop talking to him for months later. He messes me saying he missed me. It's a repeat pattern. Yeah, they're gonna do that. That's DL men are gonna wanna hook up with you. Yeah. They're a pattern. They're gonna disappear and come back when they feel like, ooh, I need some tranny buns. Or like, ooh, I need some tranny meat. Ooh, I want to get my dick sucked. Ooh, I want to suck a little dick. Ooh, they're going you gonna let them get their feel, and then they're gonna move on. It's like, oh, I did it, but I don't want to feel too gay. If I keep on doing it, I'm gonna feel extra gay. So let me skeet over here to the fish and feel like a man because I'm getting some pussy and eating pussy and doing that thing. But then that shit get boring. and then a month or two later, they be like, hmm, I wonder what my favorite tranny is doing. That's DL niggas. That's the pattern, girl. I don't make the rules. What is the new Love Beneath video gonna be about? The Love Beneath video is always about some lesson I learned about love or sex. One of the two. The Love Beneath Zana Stylz. It's always about that. It's gonna always be about that. Some type of lesson that I learned about relationships with men in love and relationships with men in sex. That's what it's always about. Right, but he don't really even really mess with fish. So what he DL for? I mean, if he only mess with the girls, then no need to be DL. I gotta remember to become a member. The Love and Knee stuff is free. It's gonna be the escort stuff that I don't want public. It's gonna be for people who are members. It's gonna be the sex stuff. I don't remember to become, but it's gonna be in the vein of Love Beneath. You know how Love Beneath I do black and white, really edited. This is gonna be in color, of course, because I ain't doing black and white. Um, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. If you listen to podcasts, there are so many podcasts that you should listen to. If you like trans podcasts, I would do Box 512 with Brianna and Aon. I'm sorry, I always say her government. Aon and the Lioness. Other trans podcasts that I like is, it's not black, but it's really informative. Gender Reveal. Um, what other trans podcasts? I think those are the only two trans podcasts that I listen to consistently. Um, if you like queer podcasts, I would say Queer Walk, the podcast. Dr. Money M is the host. She does it with her best friend Nikita, and it's two lesbians that center mental health and social justice like movement. They really break down key elements of mental health and like social justice jargon. They really go into a deep dive, thoughtful. Um, they're just brilliant. They're just great. And I know people throw brilliant around a lot, but they are. Inner Hope Uprising, that is led by Sam Riddell and 4 other AMAT people. There's 1 trans person, and 3 cisgender. I think they're all pansexual. I'm not for sure, but they all have various identities, but it's 1 trans person. But they're all AFAB, assigned female at birth. They discuss sex, love, and dating. And Sam is just really, really good at researching and really just breaking stuff down with, research that she finds. She really does the work in regards to really not spewing nonsense. She really just kind of does the work. Well, they all do. I'm not going to recommend nobody that they don't. If you like black femme, not totally femme, but black cisgender women, Tiva Queen and Jay, I love them. If you like black Latinx bag ladies, what else? Who else do I listen to? if you want to listen to a cisgender guy, I know they get problematic sometimes, but that is not problematic in the sense of they cool with queer folks, they cool with trans folks, not just cool, like they have a politic around them that is safe. I would do Benjamin Dixon. I really like him. I love the Benjamin Dixon show. Who else? If you like spiritual shit, A Little Juju podcast, Black as Fuck, you know, Hoodoo, Ifa, Orisha Worship, all kinds of stuff. She's about that life, that witchy ass, black ass life. So A Little Juju podcast. Who else do I listen to? Yeah. One of my new faves is Minority, a cisgender black men, but so funny and so good. They cover pop culture. Yes. Mm-hmm. DO trade versus community, they can be one and the same, absolutely, but they have very different definitions. True. He's scared of his daddy. Oh, that makes sense. I can't deal with you, girl. LOL. Yeah, so yes, if you listen to podcasts, it is, podcasts are great. I love podcasts. Like I listen to podcasts more than I watch shows. Oh, Handmaid's Tale is black. If you don't watch Handmaid's Tale, fuck you. But yeah, Handmaid's Tale is back and it was so good. They released 3 episodes. They said they were going to release it on the 28th, but they released it even earlier just to surprise us. And they were so good. Oh, I was binging them all night. Before I had to go to fucking Austin, because if y'all know, Texas is trying to pass these stupid fucking anti-trans bills that are too fucking invasive. There's 2 types. I put this on the podcast for our Trans 101, but it's bills that regulate sports for trans girls and bills that regulate parents and giving transgender kids care. And so, yeah, it's crazy. Diamond finna make me watch that show. It's the most problematic, a good show. Like, no, not problematic. It's not problematic. That's not the right word. It is traumatic. Like, it's a lot of trauma stuff that happens. Yes. So if you don't have tools and mechanisms to watch a fantasy show without it kind of really affecting you, no, don't watch it. But I can watch a fantasy show with trauma in it without me being without it ruining my day. I know that this is a fantasy, so but if you can handle that, child, ooh, so good. It is so good, especially when you get now the first. This is season 4, so the first season really. When I first tried to watch it, I was like, this is slow because there's a lot of conversation. Same way I did with Game of Thrones, where it's like, oh, this is a lot of fucking conversations that they have, long ass conversations. But you needed those little conversations to set you up for the action that happens later on in the series. So, yes. So, I don't know. It's just so good. Like, I'm talking about for me, this got to be in my top 5 shows of my life. That's how excited I'm about The Handmaid's Tale. It's so good to me. Like I just, the characters, the acting, the scenarios, it's just so good for me. Like I love the critique they're having on white feminists. I love the critique that they have on, that's really the most, like white feminism, the critique that it brings up. It's beautiful. The critique that it brings up on Christian fundamentalism, power, patriarchy. We're acknowledging that we love in the titty gap. Thank you. Yay. People always think that it's a button, but it's not a. This is sold here, but it's intentionally. You know, little peekaboo on the dress. You know, it got to be because this is such a plain blue. Y'all know I love me a old nasty June Cleaver 50s A line. My fave. The quality doesn't slide in the later seasons. No. Mm-mm. June, the main character, is problematic. Yeah, I don't find her to be. She's not a problem, just complicated. I think that's the good thing about the show for me. Like everybody is complicated. There's some characters like Aunt Lydia, bitch, you just want to kill her. But even her, like there's a scene in these new episodes where Lydia is a character. If you villains, so think about villains in anything. If you tell a story from the villain's perspective, they think that they are right. They think that they are doing. Usually, they think that they're doing something good. They think that they are doing something. I don't want to say good. I don't know. From their perspective, they think that they're all right. Lydia thinks that because of her religious beliefs, she thinks that the fucking world was going to a fucking shit show, and this is the way to save it. So she's not necessarily she's fucking evil. It's not about but she doesn't know that she's evil. Like she's just lost in the sauce. And she's like, and you notice that she does love the girls in a weird, warped ass traumatic way. Look at how she does love them, but it's just fucking weird. Like it's a fucking I don't know how to explain it. It's a love. It's just a fucking traumatic love. And so there's a scene. Yes, 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 Ammo, just like her. Where they're toxic as fuck. Get away from them. Get away. But what they're doing is from a place of love, a place of ego. That's the toxic part. Is that their ego, they don't know that their ego is really driving them. Their moral ego is really driving them. But I do think that they love. Look at her and Janine's relationship. Her and Janine's relationship, you know, it's hard to see the humanity in her because of her evilness. But if you think this episode, I don't know if y'all seen it, but this new set of episodes, the dudes that they had interrogated her. She was all bloody because I guess they were beating her up. And they was like, we have realized that you have nothing to do with what's going on. And he was like, these fucking handmaids, they're just fucking whores. Like, and when she was about to leave, he says that, and it triggers her, and she turns around, and this is why the acting is so good. She can't read them like we would read them because she would get her fucking fingers cut off or killed or something because that's disrespectful and she doesn't have any power. But when she turns around, she reads them with her tone and the way she delivers her words. Like she's reading them like you motherfuckers in this position of power, but y'all let her get away. Y'all trying to wear me out after 19 hours and y'all still ain't got her because y'all fucking weak and you want to call me weak? If I was in that position, I would have got her and hung that bitch on the wall. She was calling them fucking weak. Like, she was reading the fuck out of them. It's hard to explain, but but yes, it's so fucking good. So good. But yes, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here. It is 2:19. We've been on here for 2 hours and 19 minutes. But I love Handmaid's Tale, and I know we're signed on. They got a deal for season 5. So I know I got another season. This is season 4, and we got another season that's happening. So I'm so excited. But all right, y'all. Make sure y'all thumbs up. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. And yeah, I'll see y'all next week.